these types of events, these massive IPOs coming to market, and by the way, the first in what could be a series of big IPOs, sometimes is viewed as maybe a more negative sign, that things are getting bubblicious, that things are maybe getting a little bit above their out over their skis. Do you feel as though this market right now is one that can sustain the momentum even with all of these kind of top-ish type signs?
Yes, Dom, absolutely. I think the momentum is here. If you look at the IPO market specifically and the cadence of the IPO market, they look for markets that have momentum. They look for markets that have the liquidity. And this is just that, a momentum and liquidity market. So not only with the SpaceX IPO that's expected later this month, we have two more that are going to be blockbuster later this year. We firmly believe that the strength will continue.
All right. Now, the tech trade has powered much, if not maybe even all of this particular rally so far. Many other stocks have sat out. What exactly does that tell you about the current mix of influences in the market and whether that's a sign we should be worried about?
I don't know if that's the case, Don, specifically because if you look at the S&P 500, if we finish positive at the end of this week, that could be a record-breaking going back to 1985, where we had, we're in the 9th week in a row where the S&P has been positive. This could be the 10th week in a row. And that hasn't happened since 1985. So that's a very positive sign for the markets going forward. That's a very positive sign. And we're also seeing, Dom, the broadening out of the markets. It's not just technology, and that's evident by what we just saw from this earnings season. There's earnings power and momentum in every sector of the economy.
Yeah, to your point, we saw small caps participating in that as well. We're at our new record highs for the Russell 2000. In the midst of all of that, given everything we've spoken about with regard to IPOs, some of the underlying themes that are developing within the markets here, are there any ideas that you have that are still, in your mind, good relative value propositions for upside in the future?
I still like Micron. Everyone is talking about Micron. But honestly, Micron is the purest way to invest in the AI memory bottleneck. Essentially, they have guaranteed revenue pipeline installed right now. They have pricing power, which is key. But also, you have to look at their PE. Their forward PE is only at 11.3 right now. It's run up recently. We believe it still has room to run between now and year end.
All right. So Micron on the tech side of things. How about outside? You mentioned broadening out. Are there other parts of the market that have top picks as well? It can't just be tech.
Absolutely. We love Eli Lilly. Healthcare is not just a defense sector anymore. And specifically in that sector, Eli Lilly has basically the cornerstone on all of the obesity drugs. And we believe that obesity drugs right now will be one of the largest pharmaceutical categories that we've ever seen. So the total addressable market is fantastic for that. And Eli Lilly's, most recent earnings report is up 56%, and they're on track for $85 billion this year. So we love Eli Lilly.
Blanke Schein Wealth Management is a group of investment professionals registered with HighTower Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC, and with HighTower Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor with the SEC. Securities are offered through HighTower Securities, LLC. Advisory services are offered through HighTower Advisors, LLC. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities. No investment process is free of risk, and there is no guarantee that the investment process or the investment opportunities referenced herein will be profitable. Past performance is not indicative of current or future performance and is not a guarantee. The investment opportunities referenced herein may not be suitable for all investors. All data and information referenced herein are from sources believed to be reliable. Any opinions, news, research, analysis, prices, or other information contained in this research is provided as general market commentary. It does not constitute investment advice. Blanke Schein Wealth Management and HighTower shall not in any way be liable for claims and make no expressed or implied representations or warranties as to the accuracy or completeness of the data and other information, or for statements or errors contained in or omissions from the obtained data and information referenced herein. The data and information are provided as of the date referenced. Such data and information are subject to change without notice. This document was created for informational purposes only. The opinions expressed are solely those of Blanke Schein Wealth Management and do not represent those of HighTower Advisors, LLC, or any of its affiliates.